now to Texas Senator Ted Cruz of Texas is with us. Senator, thank you for joining us at such late notice on a Friday night.
Well, Sean, it's good to be with you. Tonight, we and the entire nation mourn the passing of an historic justice. She was only the second woman ever to serve on the court. She served 27 years. Before she was on the court, she was a Court of Appeals judge. And before that, she was a legendary advocate. She was one of the most accomplished Supreme Court advocates to have ever lived. I argued before her 9 times. She was brilliant, and she was a very careful lawyer, and she was a trailblazer, and she leaves a large legacy. Heidi and I are lifting up her family in prayer as they mourn her loss, but she led an extraordinary life.
Yeah, Senator, and we're mourning in her life and legacy tonight and her family. We want to be respectful, but there will be a big political fight on Monday or Tuesday, probably, or at least by Tuesday of next week. I know how Washington works. We all do. And it raises, I mentioned earlier, Mitch McConnell's segment. Hang on 1 second, I'm being told. Okay, well, hang on, Senator, right there. Let me go. The president was asked very briefly. My sources, and John Roberts confirming as well, had told me the president was not aware of the justice's death prior to going on stage in Minnesota for his rally tonight. But as he was walking back to Air Force One, as he now makes his way back to Washington, he was informed by the media. We have that exchange. The president was surprised. He had not known before he went up. He said, wow, I didn't know that. I'm just hearing this now for the first time. She led an amazing life. What else can you say about an amazing woman? There is this cordiality, these cordial relationships that emerge on the court. You know, I would say you and I are fully in sync on the issue of judicial philosophy, Senator. I believe in the Constitution. Want to say I'm an originalist, that would be an accurate statement, as are you, as is Justice Thomas and Alito, and as was Justice Scalia. Then you have this other judicial philosophy, one of activism from the court, very, very different, and it is a big campaign issue. Your thoughts on what is the right course moving forward?
Well, I think the court, we are one vote away from losing our fundamental constitutional liberties. And I believe that the president should next week nominate a successor to the court. And I think it is critical that the Senate takes up and confirms that successor before Election Day. There's going to be enormous pressure from the media. There's going to be enormous pressure from Democrats to delay filling this vacancy. But this election, this nomination is why Donald Trump was elected. This confirmation is why the voters voted for a Republican majority in the Senate. And I'll tell you one reason in particular, Sean, why I think it is tremendously important that not only does the nomination happen next week, but that the confirmation happen before Election Day. Because Democrats and Joe Biden have made clear they intend to challenge this election. They intend to fight the legitimacy of the election. As you know, Hillary Clinton has told Joe Biden, under no circumstances should you concede. You should challenge this election. And we cannot have Election Day come and go with a 4-4 court. A 4-4 court that is equally divided cannot decide anything. And I think we risk a constitutional crisis if we do not have a 9-justice Supreme Court, particularly when there is such a risk of a contested litigation and a contested election. 20 years ago, I was part of the legal team that litigated Bush versus Gore and went to the Supreme Court. 37 days, the country did not know who the president was going to be. And if we had a 4-4 court, it could have dragged on for weeks and months. And so I think we have a responsibility to do our job. The president should nominate a principled constitutionalist with a proven record. And the Senate, it's going to take a lot of work to get it done before Election Day, but I think we should do our job and protect the country from the constitutional crisis that could result otherwise.
Very well argued, as usual. So you argued before the Supreme Court how many times, Senator?
9 times.
How many times did you win?
Depends how you count it, but probably 5 is the best count.
I'm sorry. You know, it's funny because one of the most interesting stories that Alan Dershowitz, your former professor at Harvard, said is Ted Cruz was one of my best students ever of all time, and obviously you guys have some political disagreements. All right, Senator, thank you for your time tonight on this Breaking News Friday night. We appreciate you being with us.